Integration in logical learning.
Today we are going to learn about computer applications. Tutorial for class 5 created by Indrani Mukherjee. The generations of computer. Different generations of computer. First comes based on the vacuum tubes, second is based on the transistors, and third is based on the integrated circuits. Fourth is based on the VLSI microprocessors, and the fifth is based on the ULSI microprocessors. Now let's talk about the timeline of the generations of the computers. First is 1940 to 1956, second is 1956 to 1963, and the third is 1964 to 1971. And the fourth is 1972 to 1980. And the fifth generation is still going on, 1980 to till present. Now about the first generation computers. Period of first generation was from 1940 to 1956, vacuum tubes used as basic components for the CPU and memory. Then the electric bulbs were used which produced the excessive heat and were prone to fuse frequently. Batch processing system was used. Paper tape, magnetic tape and punch cards were used for the input and the output devices. Machine code was used as a programming language. Now let's talk about the characteristics. First generation computers. Vacuum tube technology unreliable, consumed high electricity, generated a lot of heat. Non-portable and very costly. Cooling system required, slow input and output devices. Supports machine language only. Now let's talk about the advantages of the first generation computers. These computers are made using vacuum tubes, which was the only electronic component at that time. These computers could calculate in milliseconds. Punch cards were used for inputs. Now what are the disadvantages? These computers are very big in size, weighing about 30 tons. These computers were very costly, very less work efficiency, and these computers can store only very less amount of information due to the presence of magnetic drums. Large amount of energy consumption, limited programming capabilities, and these computers required constant maintenance. Let's talk about the examples of first generation computers: ENIAC, EDVAC and UNIVAC. IBM 701 and IBM 650. Now what about the second generation computers? UNIVAC 1108. The period of second generation was from 1956 to 1965. Transistors were used which was more compact in size, cheaper and reliable. Magnetic cores were used as the primary memory devices. Magnetic tape and disk were used as the secondary memory devices. Transistor technology was faster and consumed less power. Assembly language and high-level programming language like Fortran, COBOL were used, and the batch processing and the multi-programming operating system. Next comes the characteristics of the second generation. Transistors were used, more reliable than the first generation computers, faster than the first generation computers, smaller in size of the computers than those of the first generation. Generated the less heat compared to the first generation computers. Cooling system required. Very costly, and it supported machine and assembly languages. Now let's talk about its advantages also. Due to the presence of the transistors, the size of the electronic component decreased. These computers produced less energy as compared to the first generation computer. Low cost than the fast generation computers, better speed, calculate the date in microseconds. Probability than the first generation computers, and the assembly language and the punch cards were used for the input. Now let's talk about its disadvantages. A cooling system was required, a constant maintenance was required. These computers can only be used for specific purposes. Example of the second generation computers can be the IBM 7094, CDC 3600, CDC 1604, UNIVAC 1108. And Honeywell, as you saw there, was 400, and that IBM 1620 are some examples. Let's talk about the third generation computers. The period of third generation was from 1965 to 1971. The integrated circuits replaced the transistors. The IC was invented by Jack Kilby and Robert Noyce. The IC chips contains many capacitors, resistors and transistors. IC chips are smaller in size, efficient and more reliable. Time sharing, remote processing, and multi-programming operating system were used. High-level languages Fortran 2, BASIC, COBOL, Pascal, PL/1 were used. Now, what were the characteristics of the third generation? The characteristics of the third generation were the integrated circuits were used smaller in size than the previous generation's computers. As you can see that a picture is given here in the right hand side, it is the PDP-11. Generated less heat than the previous generation computers, more reliable as compared to the previous two generations. Faster than the previous generation computers and lesser maintenance required. Costly and AC required. Consumed lesser electricity, supported high-level language. Now let's discuss the advantages too. These computers were cheaper to the second generation computers. These computers were fast and reliable. These computers uses integrated circuits that reduces the size of the computers and also increase their performance. These computers has big storage capacity. Keyboards are used for inputs. These computers reduce the computational timings from microseconds to nanoseconds. Now the disadvantages. The integrated circuits are difficult to maintain. Air conditioning is required. Highly sophisticated technologies are required to manufacture the IC chips. Examples of third generation computers include IBM 360, TDC 316, PDP-8, PDP-11 and ICL 2900. Honey 6000. Now what about the fourth generation computers? The period of the fourth generation was from 1972 to 1980. Very large scale integrated circuits were used. VLSI circuits have more than 5000 transistors on a single chip. This technology is based on the microprocessor. This generation gave rise to the personal computer revolution. These computers are more powerful, reliable, compact, and affordable. Distributed operating system, the real-time networks, the time sharing were used. High-level languages like C, C++, DBase, etc. were used. Graphical user interface is also used. Now what about the characteristics? VLSI technology is used very cheaper as compared to the previous generation computers. As you can see, a picture of Cray 1 is given in the right hand side. Portable and reliable, very small in size as compared to the various generation computers. Use of personal computers, pipeline processing, network development. The concept of internet was introduced and it was easily available for the computers. Now let's talk about the advantages. Heat generated by these computers is negligible. This computer are smaller in size as compared to the previous generation computers. This requires the less maintenance and it also has the high level languages in these computers. Size of these computers are reduced. Computation is faster than the previous generation computers. Disadvantages. The designing and the fabrication of the microprocessors are very complex. Advanced technology is required to make the integrated circuits. Air conditioning is required due to the presence of IC chips. Now what can be the examples of fourth generation computers? IBM 4341, PUP-11, Star 1000 and DEC 10. Cray XMP is also an example. Generation computers. The period of fifth generation was from 1980 till the present. The ultra-large-scale technology is used for the production of the microprocessor chips. As you can see, a picture of the desktop is given here in the left hand side of the PPT. This processor chips consists of the 10 million electronic components based on the artificial intelligence and the parallel processing hardware. High-level languages like C, C++, JavaNet are used. Aim of this generation was to make a device understand the natural language output. Now let's talk about the characteristics. The ULSI technology is used. It is available for the parallel processing. More user-friendly interfaces with multimedia features. Concept of the artificial intelligence is used. Powerful and faster computers. Computers are available at cheaper rates. Advancement in the superconductor technology, natural language processing development. Now the advantages. These computers are more reliable. These computers have high computational speed. These computers can also be user-friendly interfaces with multimedia features, and they are also available in different sizes, and it's also very powerful mainframe. Now let's quickly talk about the disadvantages. These computers requires very low-level languages. The use of advanced technology in these computers may make the human brains dull and doomed. Examples can be desktop, laptop, Notebook, Ultrabook, and Chromebook. I hope you have all understood this video. Thank you.